pleasure in welcoming our first panelist of the day, Mr. Ashutosh Anshu, Board Director and CHRO Hitachi India. Having 29 years of experience in human resource, he is presently working as Board Director and CHRO in Hitachi India. Also leading global business services of Hitachi as head of Global Hub. He has worked as a leader in global organizations both at head office and manufacturing plant in India, and has worked in cross-cultural environment and have handled entire gamut of HR and IR. He has expertise in evolving and executing HR strategies, building strong HR teams, leadership development, designing future organization for factory, corporate, sales, R&D. Warm welcome. Huge round of applause. Ms. Punam Dagar, Head HR, Varun Beverages, currently serving as Deputy General Manager of Human Resource at Varun Beverages, where she holds the position of HR Head for Greater Noida plant, with over 18 years of diverse experience across various industries. Her professional journey began in the IT sector, and then she developed a strong foundation and transitioned roles into within the service industry, medical, device manufacturing, automation, 3PL and FMCG sector. She has demonstrated a proven track record of success in navigating complex challenges in talent acquisition, managing industrial relations, ensuring compliances with regulation and implementing effective training programs. A very warm welcome. Huge round of applause, please. Mr. Kaushal, Head Manufacturing HR at Zydus Wellness Limited, a seasoned qualified human resource professional with over 3 decades of work experience in manufacturing, serving at plant and corporate experience in aviation, papers, office automation and FMCG companies. He is also a member of National HRD Network, ISTD and IMA, besides visiting faculty to various management institutes. Huge round of applause, please. Mr. Amit Jawar, Business Head, North Dabur India Limited. Mr. Jawar, an accomplished speaker, a seasoned business leader, brings over 14 years of dynamic experience in the fast-moving consumer goods industry. Currently serving as the Business Head North at Dabur India Limited, he has made significant impact throughout his career, leaving trails of success across renowned FMCG companies like Amul, Britannia, Godrej Consumer Product Limited, Reckitt Benckiser, and Cadbury. A very warm welcome. With a remarkable journey that began as an engineer, Amit's transition into sales professional exemplifies his versatility and keen business acumen. Huge round of applause, please. We have Mr. Karan Singh, Business Head Lloyd at Havells India Limited, a demonstrated thinker, quick decision maker with over a decade of experience in Indian market, a prolific performer who continuously works on his skill development, learning, experienced in challenge management, regional retail, NFI management, key accounts, currently working on business expansion for Havells Lloyd Institutional. A very warm welcome. Huge round of applause, please. We also have with us Mr. Prashant Parida, Principal Venture Partner at Yoga. Business Head, Brand Curator with over 30 years of demonstrated abilities as business growth enabler, marketing brand builder, growth marketing, new age storyteller. He has headed pan-India business operation and marketing function, launched 8 brands, multiple products and 2 award-winning brands. A very warm welcome. I request our students to welcome our esteemed delegates with the sapling. First of all, I request Isha to welcome Mr. Ashutosh Anshu. Huge round of applause. I request Ayushi to welcome Ms. Punam Dagar. Huge round of applause, please. I request Isha to welcome Mr. Bhupendra Kaushal. I request Aarti to welcome Mr. Amit Jawar. Huge round of applause. I request David to welcome Mr. Karan Singh. And I request Ayushi to welcome Mr. Prashant Parida. I request the moderator of the session to please take over. Thank you.
Raja. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think we have come to the expectation now. As we know that post-lunch session is a very difficult one, but we will try to make it vibrant. The topic is such. Dear my future colleagues, all my dear future colleagues, we are just going to share a few thought process with the thought leader which was, who are together here. Now, that I think will be very handy for all of you. I would like to share, there is no shortage of job at all in the Indian market. No, it's still very paradoxical. There is no shortage of job in Indian market. Why? Because India has got world largest graduate. India has got world largest graduate. At the same time, India has got world largest illiterate also. So, it is a question of matching for the job, right? Skill for the job. And today's topic which we have taken is how we are competent to take over or fight the competition the times to come after 2047 the India vision of Prime Minister Modi ji, we could through the Niti Aayog, right? So that is what we are aiming at. What will happen after 25 years? That is what we are aiming at, right? As of now, there is a good shortage of job. Job is available, but the eligible people are not available, right? So that is the basic challenge today, and that challenge we have to meet with. The war of talent, war of talent today, the talented employee will survive. The people who are not having talent, they are not really surviving the time. So this is what, with this thought process, I'll just begin with the question. I have my colleagues, I would like to just welcome my colleague, Mr. Prashant Parida ji, Karan ji, Amit Jawar, Mr. Punam Dagar, and Ashutosh Anshu ji. And fortunately, I have worked with Ashutosh Anshu ji in the past in Denso and our colleague. So, it's very good that we will happy thoughts with each other. So, my first question will be that how FMCG company can adopt to emerging consumer trend. So, in the times to come, I would like to I request my fellow colleagues to share the thought process.
Thank you, sir. I think, and as I think this is a topic first of all. How will FMCG shape up in 2047 as per the which we have a Viksit Bharat? FMCG is obviously one of the fastest growing subset of the GDP. It is the fourth largest subset of the GDP. I think we had a session before this which had technology and services. So I think, and then there is a manufacturing sector, and then there is obviously the agriculture sector. Obviously, the largest sector growing at much faster pace makes it more lucrative as said by Bhupendra की jobs बहुत ज़्यादा है, skill set की requirement सही पड़ेगी. So what skill set does this matches the rising consumer trend? I would like to add a few things in very simpler languages. One is obviously as you move ahead, the income levels will move up. The income levels will move up, so obviously there will be inflationary or deflationary scenario. मतलब या तो बहुत पैसा आ जाएगा, या जैसा बोला गरीब और रह जाएंगे तो bottom of the pyramid बड़ा हो जाएगा. So eventually you will have more set of which would be at either a lower price point or a premiumization of products which is happening. You would have started noticing it in your subsidiary areas. The second is obviously along with this, you'll see there is a value seeking customer आ रहा होगा. जब ingredient देखना शुरू कर दिया होगा कि sugar content कितना है, all this, which is eventually evolves the consumer trends down the line for a developed nation like India. Third and last but not the least, agile supply chain. I think I was hearing the previous session जहाँ पे बात हो रही थी 10 मिनट में सप्लाई होने लग गया है e-commerce, direct to consumer goods के through in India. So how do you manage all this supply chain effectively? And that is where the agile supply chain drones के through delivery होगी या कैसे होगा? That is where the FMCG will start taking the leaps and bounds. I think there are certain more consumer trends which will evolve and we will discuss down the line. I think over. I think.
Good, now, I would say time is changing. Over a period of time, we have to face with very, very stiff competition. एक time होता था, it was called to be a seller market. No, wherein car का booking के लिए भी 6 महीना लगता था. The time has come in the buyer market. When you will call, the car will be at your doorstep. So it's a seller market today. Now, it is not a seller market; it's a buyer market. Now, and the consumers are demanding today. Consumers, they are purchasing the product after reviewing Google, and they are taking the review first, and they are making the buying decision. They are making it more they are making it more aware, so that the product head or maybe the marketing head has to be more innovative in the times to come to face the challenge in the times. Now I request Punam Dagar to just share the she is head of HR with another partner city company. I request you to please share how you are ensure that competitive excellence the times to come.
Thank you, sir. Guys, let me start from myself. I am a female and I am an head HR of one of the manufacturing plant of Varun Beverages, PepsiCo. Manufacturing plants में जनरली ये ट्रेंड होता है कि लोग फीमेल्स का एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं करते. ये लोगों का माइंडसेट है कि फीमेल्स एक्सेप्टेंस वहाँ पे है ही. They always thought they can't work in shifts, they can't deal with the labor, they can't deal with the government offices like that. But nowadays scenario is completely changed. Females are all over, all across, in all the fields, into construction, into engineering, into manufacturing plants, into HR, into software, everywhere. Let me give you one example also about the gender diversity. We recently hired transgenders in our plant. We hired near about 10 to 12 transgenders in our plant. And we are planning to hire transgenders all over India. More than 200 transgenders in next year. There is lots of difficulties, problems they are facing in daily regular life. There is two type of transgenders. One is trans man and one is trans woman. जो लोग men से women में convert होते हैं, they are trans women, and जो women से men में convert होते हैं, they are trans men. So like there is no acceptability in normal society, into industry, into education field or anywhere. हम लोग बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं कि ट्रांसजेंडर्स को हम एक्सेप्ट करेंगे एजुकेशन फील्ड में. हमारे यहाँ पे आई थिंक आप लोगों को दिखाई दे रहा होगा कि कितनी रेशो है ट्रांसजेंडर्स की. कहीं पर भी एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं है. सोसाइटीज में लोग उन्हें घर नहीं देते हैं, जॉब नहीं मिलती है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में लोकल ट्रांसपोर्ट में वो ट्रैवल नहीं कर पाते हैं. जनरली हम लोगों ने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया होगा कि ट्रांसजेंडर्स हमें जनरली रेड लाइट्स पे मिलते हैं. किसी के यहाँ पे बेबी होता है तो उनके घर पे मिलते हैं. बट किसी ने कभी ऑब्जर्व नहीं किया होगा कि उन्होंने लाइफ में कितनी डिफिकल्टीज फेस की हैं. करेक्ट? बट द थिंग इज कि उनकी लाइफ बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंट है जब वो बच्चे पैदा होते हैं और उन्हें घर से अलग कर दिया जाता है. एक छोटा सा बच्चा 5-6 साल का अगर अपनी फैमिली से दूर हो जाए तो उसके ऊपर क्या बीतती है, वो लाइफ में कैसे सर्वाइव करता है, कहाँ से पढ़ाई करेगा, एनजीओ को कॉन्टैक्ट करेगा या फिर रोड पे होगा. नो वन कैन थिंक अबाउट दैट. जो मेंटल सिचुएशन उन लोगों की होती है, नो वन कैन थिंक अबाउट दैट. सो बीबीएल ने ये बहुत अच्छा स्टेप लिया है कि जितने भी हमारे ट्रांसजेंडर्स हैं, जो लोग कैपेबल हैं या जिनकी एजुकेशन बहुत अच्छी है या दे कैन ट्राई टू डू वर्क और दे वांट टू फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट, उन लोगों को हम हायर कर रहे हैं। वी आर हायरिंग डिसेबल कैंडिडेट ऑल्सो विद मल्टीपल डिसेबिलिटी ऑल्सो। हर्ष सर ने इससे पहले आईटी पैनल में ये बताया था कि सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज सब लोगों के साथ में शेयर की थी, बट सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज इज व्हाट वी आर हायरिंग डिसेबल कैंडिडेट्स विद मल्टीपल डिसेबिलिटीज। किसी को आइज में प्रॉब्लम है, कोई डीफ एंड डम्ब है। वी हायर्ड 100+ डीफ एंड डम्ब कैंडिडेट्स इन आवर कोलकाता प्लांट एंड दे आर डूइंग रियली गुड। आई थिंक ये जो कैंडिडेट्स हैं, एम्प्लॉइज हैं, दे आर मोर एफिशिएंट देन अदर्स, more honest, more dedicated, more efficient. Females, I think there is, lots of beautiful faces are sitting in front of me, and I think more than 50% ratio is there. So females की लिए भी मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगी कि किसी भी फील्ड है, most of the females are, expecting jobs into corporate office or into IT sector, right? But manufacturing plants are more important and more interesting than your corporate life. There is lots of things, and if you want to learn HR field, then you can join manufacturing units.
वेरी गुड पूनम जी, आपने बहुत अच्छा बताया कि आज का जो टाइम है डाइवर्सिटी का टाइम है, और जो पुराना समय था इसमें हम कहते थे कि फीमेल अलाउड नहीं है और दूसरे जेंडर अलाउड नहीं है, वो समय निकल गया हुआ है। आई वर्क विद डेंसो इंडिया लिमिटेड, दे आर डिप्लॉयड डंप एंड डंप, एंड रियली यू वुड अप्रिशिएट डंप एंड डंप वर मोर serious about the job as compared to other employees, right? So, because they are focused, they do not speak, they won't waste time for speaking, discussing, right? So, 100% attention towards work only. So, that is very good. I think the problem you are taking very relevant subject, and in the times to come, there will not be any gender bias at all, be it any gender, there will be employment. There is huge employment for everybody. It is equitable employment for everybody, right? In the times to come. So that I feel that there is a huge opportunity. So that's think beyond the past thought process that it is only available for male or female. It is available for all genders. Now I'll just would like to share the question to Mr. Ashutosh Anshu, that in what ways FMCG or your white goods company can leverage technology and data analytics to optimize supply chain and reduce waste. Over to Ashutosh.
Thank you, Professor. So, as you know, technology is one of the very important topics nowadays. Everywhere you are talking, you are listening technology. So two things are very important. One is tool, one is talent. The person who will handle that technology, that is also very important, and that is all the workforce what we are talking. Involvement of technology is there, but only thing what I see that the methodology of doing the change, the work is changing, and I keep on saying to my all the colleagues in my organization that you cannot do today's work with yesterday's method and be in business tomorrow. That means you have to change yourself always. And technology is playing a vital role into that. Starting from the total life cycle of any product, any FMCG product, whether it's starting from the, if it is a food product, starting from the farmer to the end user, the technology is the very vital. Being a Hitachi, we are also into the knowing that what kind of weather is going to be and what kind of soil need to be there to harvest any kind of plant. So that is the role of technology. How we can help the user to use the technology. And through technology only a lot of wastage can be, you can say, removed. One of the largest wastage is the time. So technology helps very quickly you can get that report and analyze that report in a moment. So technology is not only helping to make you aware about the future, but they are also giving you trends, what kind of trends are coming up. In the consumer market, what kind of products are being liked by the certain people, and based on that the companies can change their market strategy also. So these words I would like to share with all of you.
Good, very nicely explained, Ashutosh ji. Now, I ask, request Mr. Karan to share what are the role of how consumer education awareness plays role in the promoting sustainable consumption habits, driving demands for the environment. So I will request Karan to share.
So I would request everyone to please clap for yourself first of all. I will clap for yourself. I will slightly deviate from the topic for 5 more minutes, and then I will come back to it. Come back to the public subject explainer. With your permission, please. So, guys, what happens, in order to grow in your life, we always think that opportunity probably might not come to us because, there are less chances, there are some difficult circumstances on the way. We start blaming them. COVID has just passed away, so I would request each one of you to go through one of the book, very important book. Tough time don't last, tough people do. Please go through the book whenever you get the time and read that book. In the house currently, how many of us or how many of you believe that only talent works? Please raise your hand. How many of you believe, I repeat my question, how many of you believe that only talent works? No one believes? So let me assume that talent does not work. So why you are not raising your hand? Talent works? So I still don't find any hand raised. You know talent works, but still no one. Okay, some of the hands from. See, very important subject which I have worked upon and I have inculcated within myself, and several of my colleagues have also spoken on different platforms for this particular subject. So see, if talent is there, you can reach to maybe 4 or 5 stairs in your life. But if you want to be in a very broader picture, in a big picture, you will always have to drive the talent with the ability. Talent without ability will bring to a specific level of your life, maybe 4 or 5 steps as I've told you. But in order to be in the very bigger picture, let me give you an example of this. We know Satyan is a leader, there is no question about it. 55 days not sleeping, going for a lunch at a dining table, sleeping for 2 hours. How many of you know this? Very less. Because we always think or look upon the legacy of a person. But the perseverance, which has helped him to bring at a stage where he is, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the kind of energy he has put upon, the kind of labor or work he has done for being Mahendra Singh Dhoni, that has to be taken care of in your life. And it is very important. Many of you sitting here must be very talented, trust me. But if you leave the ability or the perseverance to catch upon that talent, probably you might not reach to a destination where you should reach in your career. Right? Now coming to the answer of the question, see, there are few factors which always help into consumer durable industry. And this industry is changing very rapidly. Means very fast. Even beyond your imagination, आप सोच भी नहीं पाओगे उससे तेजी से ये इंडस्ट्री बढ़ रही है. आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. AC is no more a luxury now. AC is a need for every house. Earlier it used to be a luxury. 2010 में we used to use a gas called R32. The refrigerant था R32 refrigerant use करते थे. Gradually R32 gas आ गया. R32 is an eco-friendly gas. Let me tell you about R22, what was used into that earlier refrigerant. It was very harmful for ozone depletion. ODP was very high. GWP, global warming potential, was also very high at that time. So सरकार या government ने क्या किया? Straight away they developed new gas. They asked people to develop new gas, new refrigerant, which does not destroy to the ozone depletion or which adds minimal global warming potential. Right? So whenever we as a team, we as a aware citizen of that country, we should always look forward to use the products which are eco-friendly, which are environment friendly, which are environmental conscious products, right? Suppose in order to break to the global parameters, what Mr. Modi speaks on different platforms, if you have observed past what kind of speeches of the Honorable Prime Minister, he used to say, now we have to be a quality manufacturing country, right? When he speaks quality manufacturing, it means we are the manufacturing company, we are growing as a manufacturing country very fast. At the same point of a time, we need to understand the quality parameters and the global quality parameters, right? So today, each and every manufacturing company, I will not take the name of any particular company here, the government has made the companies to use the global parameters which every company is using, right? Lady Mr. Punam sitting here just told that women empowerment is taking place. He has been very kind enough to, give enough opportunity to transgenders as well. Let me put up here, Havells India Limited has come up a very big plant in Sri City, right? There we have 80% women employees inside the factory, and it is a mandate. It has to be there. This kind of a mindset we are growing upon today. As far as manufacturing industry is concerned, Havells is one of the growing trends in India. I have got diversified experience of working with multinationals also, higher India, like in India. So with this kind of an experience, I can tell you, the informed decision making of a customer is also very important. Whenever you purchase the product, you just see whether it is a hazardous product or not, whether the product has something which can make a loss to the society or maybe the ecosystem. Probably at that kind of a thought process, they should always be there. Then we will be able to get at a position where we want to be in 2047. Thank you very much.
Very nicely explained, Karanji. Now I request my fellow panelists, Mr. Prashant, to share your thought process about how innovative packaging solution and material can help FMCG company to explore to minimum environmental impact, to promote recycling and biodegradability. Over to Prashant.
Good afternoon, everybody. My young friends here. We marketers are the storytellers. So I will take you through my own journey, the economic journey of the country, and business subject. So we'll get all the answers in that part. We are talking to the young minds, so that is the context. And that is the reason I made this submission part. You all know what is FMCG. I will give the answers also. I can understand. We don't have to kick off for that. It is a fast-moving consumer goods. It's a very old term. Why I am saying this? Because I am there in the corporate for now 38 years. I was computer integrated when I started my career. And today we are talking about AI and prompting. So we have seen this whole journey. So where you are today, this is India Vision 2047. By 47, probably I will not be there. So amongst all of you, few will be sitting here also. Many will be the decision makers, right? But it's a pyramid. So you have to compete with yourself, not with anybody else in this body. पहले हम बोलते थे कि one generation is 15 years. Now it is 3 year, 5 year, that fast. I do not know tomorrow how it's going to happen. So you have to keep abreast with anything happening around. So your knowledge, your skill, all those things. You have to work very hard on such things. You have to be very, very competitive, right? So that's about the career part. I will give some time at the end of this particular session part. So now, when we started and when we talked about the FMCG, and fortunately my colleague Karan is also talked about fast-moving consumer durable. This is another new term which has evolved in the last 20 years' time, because earlier the durables means the lifelong products. Today, durable definition, all these terms why I'm using is all part of your all your MBA students. Okay, so you have a conceptual clarity what we are talking here. Okay, so fast-moving consumer durable term has come. Comparatively, FMCG is quite new. Right? Means anything what you use which is heavily, I mean because of the economic evolution, the buying capacity is going up. So you buy so many, even refrigerator, television, microwaves, okay, even household gadgets, appliances, all come into this FMCG category because everybody is buying it. You know, 20 years pehle, we used to have in advertising and the marketing terms SEC, ABC, right? So that is how we categorize for our market research the demography part. Who has got the buying capacity to buy what, so that he falls in that particular category. Believe me, SECA had microwave ovens 20 years back. Do you all know microwaves will be eradicated from the world by next year? There will be no manufacturing for the microwaves in coming years. Not exactly the date part, but in coming years, the whole world will not be having the microwaves. Okay, this is what the evolution. You are again in a time when you have to see a lot of other revolutions coming in future part. So get ready. You have to work very hard on yourself. You don't have to increase your employability. Forget about the employability part. Otherwise also the kind of because many of my HR colleagues are here, what kind of the employability is there. You have to be the talent pool, talent sold. Because every day, today, you have the conventional engineering streams of mechanical, electrical. Where are those? Those are the code. Even though go for the fintech company, they are also learning and doing the coding part. So that kind of an environment you are working in. So engineering has become a basic qualification, right? Imagine what all you have to gather. So now, this is what we had gone through. So when we were computer literate, and today, after 35 years, I had to learn AI and the prompt engineering. To be as marketeers, we now don't use data because I'm advising to certain boards also, I'm mentoring the students also. Believe me, I'm not talking about the top echelon part. You have the MSMEs also. MSMEs contribute more than 70% to Indian economy. Okay? So they are the lifeline of the Indian economy. Amit ji has already shared how FMCG, because that is our core subject today, the FMCG is the fourth subset of the one day part. Right? You know about all four parts. So having known all these things, you have to be abreast with the technology. Now there is some context to the question part also. In any FMCG company, FMCG is all about size and scale. All about size and scale. And there are three major components, my colleagues will agree to that, is your home care, your personal care and the food. Right? So these three, because we are talking about the packaging part. When it comes to the food, so it is primarily the packaged food. Right? Like the beverages, we talk about the packaged beverages. Be it a can, be it a bottle, be it whatever. Similarly for this. So what has happened? Here you have to understand one thing. The changing times. If you see, look back, last 20 years when you were in the schools, BPO culture had come to the country, right? And that particular time, see, the whole world is very gaga about the Indian, they don't say the educated Indian part. What pride we were taking is an English-speaking workforce in India part. So primarily they encashed upon that category, and when the after 12th, lot of employability was generated in the people sector. So people were leaving the education because that was the easy money, right? But we had seen that how it has taken toll on our health, the mental state, and how, I mean, one generation we lost to that particular thing. Then came the mobile phones. World over, majority of the developed countries, all these are related to the supply chain. I will come to that part. That's the reason I'm just referring this example so that you remember it. Tomorrow you are going to be the decision maker. The acceptability and the acceptance is going to come with you only when you are the decision maker. So then came the mobile phones. World over, majority of the developed countries, the mobile phones are provided by these service providers. Whereas India was the first country where the consumer himself or herself were buying the mobile phones. So we became the world's one of the largest market. Imagine, why are I referring this course? Then China became the hub of the exports for all such goods, so-called FMCG and the FMCG part. So what was the logistics? What was the supply chain? Only with these countries part. Believe me, for you as a decision makers for the tomorrow, India is a producing country for what? We are the assemblers. We were termed as a agriculture society and the market. But believe me, when we talk about the greenhouse emission part, when we talk about the carbon footprints, it is the developed countries who are the culprits. The major consumption markets are Middle East and US, kind of the markets. And they teach us that your manufacturing is spoiling the environment. Got my point? Right? So you have to be very, very cautious on that. Now India is changed. Now India has changed. I mean, just talk about the Viksit Bharat by 2047. This is the change. This is the new India. Why? When I talked about BPOs, when I talked about mobile phones, when I talked about the last thing which I forgot on the e-commerce. Be cautious. Again, we are going in that trap, right? Where are the dangers to the sustainability, which is part of this subject, today's subject, right? आप सब लोग ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर्स करते हैं ना? आज का ट्रेंड हो गया. You will order 3, 4, 5 of the same item. So whatever fits you, good. Whatever you like, you return. Rest all is returned. Do you know how much damage to the environment we are doing? You know that bag, plastic bag, which comes to your house, you again return it or you throw it into the dustbin. This supplier has very proudly conveys you don't have to give it in, only the tag should be there. So one bag goes into the dustbin, where it goes, how many years a plastic bag tag takes to decompose? Thousands of years. Right? So that is the reason this chain, so-called value chain, you have to understand. Right? So now the FMCG industry, there you have the pre-manufacturing, where it is the supply chain takes care of the material, commodity, input part, primarily the commodity, and what else? The anything, vegetables, fruits, grains, anything comes there, particularly in the food industry, and just not industry, you know what all comes there. Then there is the process part, what all goes into the process. This all is the supply chain. Okay? So finished, then there is the pre-sales, during the sale, and post-sales part. So because we are talking about business intelligence part. Okay? So where the digitalization, AI, robotics, all those things playing a very, very important role. All these things are playing a very important role for what? Because of the scale and the size. What benefit you get? The benefit you get that you are ordering online to return something. So this social responsibility, by compliment to Punam, you should have started there. That is the real CSR which you heard in the previous session. This is what inclusiveness in the society part. FMCG companies are also doing, so far as the agri sector is concerned, to reduce the carbon gas emission part because of the logistical reasons part, material going to and fro. So they are adopting the forms near the factory so that the lead time is lesser, supply chain is very well managed, and there is no extra load on the transportation part. And the other side, in the distribution, FMCG comes under the intensive market. So this term always remember, they intensive because they have to go deep into the market. Okay, so there they are using e-vehicles part. I come from the e-vehicle and e-charger background renewable energy also. So what manufacturing is concerned, they do have the renewable energy part. Right? FMCG is also a very, very huge energy concern as well as the water concern. So then comes, so far sustainability part is concerned, now there's a new term, always remember, is the ESG, which had just started in 2013-14 after the new Company Act has come. Okay, these are the basic general knowledge we should be having. So it is little one notch above the CSR part. Okay, so wherein it is mandatory for the companies to submit a report to the SEBI, the exchange board, what all major metrics are defined, how they are taking care for this part. So this is how the whole supply chain will be taken care. It all starts from the education, you people, as early, because you are the consumer also. आप लोगों ने 20-25 साल तो आपने पहले कंज्यूमर बने, उसके बाद में हम लोग ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग कर रहे हैं कि what all should be done, but damage is already done to us. Damage is already done to us. So be cautious on all this front of what food you eat. You've seen your toothpaste. There is a green, black, red, and blue strip is there. So the meanings. There is a SLS compound, which is as good as, that same compound is there in this sorbitol to पीपी बार में लेते हैं, कान के नीचे रखते हैं उसको। बोलते 6 साल से नीचे का बच्चे को जो है टूथपेस्ट नहीं देना जो swallow नहीं करते। Why? Something which is hazardous, we are using that right from our child. And then after 25 years, 20 years, then we say, how sustainability will be taken. I think this is how we all have to think, ponder, know your surroundings. And so the last advice, these two things which I always tell students: imbibe, reading, writing, and sharing. This virtue should always be there with you. And practice networking and communication. You all will be very, very successful in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prashant ji. You have covered, I would say, technology, you have covered human resources, you have covered ESG part, compliance part, and I think I request the leaders to please pay 100% attention. This opportunity will not come again. And whatever you are learning today, you won't find in the books actually. So I request all of you to please pay attention. These leaders, business leaders, are today one of the luckiest people who are sitting before the senior business leaders here. So I request, and you know that I would share the little bit of thought process. The many legislations are vanished. There is no overseer, there is no typist, there is no steno secretary, there is no personal assistant, there is no personal and IR. Today the chief happiness officer. So many legislations are vanished out of this race. Many skills are coming in. No, data analytics has come. No, data scientist has come. No, DNA specialist has come. No, tissue engineer has come. DNA has come. So many designations fields are coming now into the forefront, wherein you have to get gear up for the meeting the challenges. So many designations, old designations are vanishing, new designations are coming, new skills are coming. If you want to survive, you have to keep changing the thought process. And today, the customer is changing. Why? Because we are not paid by the riders or any company. We are paid by the customer. So everybody has to change the thought process that we are not paid by the company, we are paid by the customer who is enjoying our products. So that thought process to be changed. See, today the consumer pattern is changing. Consumer is not complaining today. वो कहते हैं यार Zydus का प्रोडक्ट ठीक नहीं है, Dabur के पास चले जाता है. Why to complain? Why to complain? The old mindset of complaining is going away. The consumers are changing alternative itself, right? So consumers are changing, skill set is changing. So my dear friends, whatever you are learning here, it will definitely provide value to all of you, I would say. Now, I will request my panelist, another panelist, Mr. Karan Singh, to share your thought process. Now, how can FMCG firms leverage digital platforms, e-commerce channels to engage directly with the consumer and promote sustainable purchasing?
See, we have, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on the subject again. We have already spoken on this. Mr. Prashant has given emphasized upon this. But very important parameter guys I would like to focus upon. The changing behavior of the customer in India is very important to me. At least you should go through it. आप सबको एक बार समझना चाहिए. You should at least spend your 10-15 minutes to visualize what is happening around the society, what is happening in the Indian market, right? And that is very simple thing. There is no technology required. Then you will have to open your eyes wide open. Big eyes, वो सब आपको दिखा देगी कि what is it. Let me illustrate this with an example. Let me illustrate this, right? Earlier, your father and mother सब जो भी घर पे होते थे, कहते थे टीवी लेने जाना है. So एक हायरकी चली जाती थी. फादर के फादर कहते थे वो टीवी है, गुप्ता जी के यहाँ से जाना, वो अच्छा देते ले लो. Our father came, यार वो गुप्ता जी की दुकान ठीक है, वहीं से ले लो. Our generation came. Okay, Papa, enough of that Gupta ji now. XYZ, don't take it up. I am pointing out anything. It is just a retailer I am talking about. So enough of that retailer now. I would like to explore upon IFX shops. Now your generation came into enough of going to XYZ shops. I have a digital platform in my hand. Papa, I will go through it. और आप क्या लेके आए हो? आपसे सस्ता है 3000 ये देखो. See the journey. From where we started and where we came, right? So this is the kind of change which is happening around the society. Nobody can cheat a customer now. It's very difficult for a manufacturer, for a retailer, for any company to betray a customer on any specific parameter today. No matter, you can go to any number of course and all that altogether is a different story. But at a glance, you can always feel. No company is allowed, neither they do it, if they do it by any chance, the customer is going to observe it, he or she will directly hit it, and first they will make sure that they will report to the company. If not addressed, they will go to any number of different sources available inside the market. Right? So the changing customer behavior is very important to understand for the guys like you, for the youth who is coming up, and it is a very serious topic. What we are telling here, it's not just a session. It's an experience of over 100 years which is sitting in front of you. Probably you might have gone through an experience of 1000 years today with the kind of panelists we have faced today. So my request to you, you will have to always see what is happening around the society, how the customers are changing their behavior, how the retail industry. Let me go to another example of it. Earlier, it was very easy to go and purchase a jewelry from anywhere, specifically to girl setting. Let me make it a more interesting topic here. वो साउदी है उनके यहाँ से जो है वो ले लो और मम्मी का ट्रेंड चला आ रहा है और उसके बाद फिर पापा का ट्रेंड आया, फिर दादाजी का वो सब आ रहा है, वो चेंज कर रहे हैं. नाउ यू नो at least 10 big retailers are there in the market. Talk about Reliance Jewels, talk about Mala Jewels, talk about this Tanishq. So like this we have got many opportunity, big platforms are there. Same way in consumer durable industry, what Mr. Prashant told, you have got n number of places, big retailers are there, Vijay Sales, Sargam, Electronic Paradise, right? So you have got huge opportunity to explore upon. So I would request as a business leaders, when you will come upon, you will observe the changes in the society, the changes in the country, and thereon the changes in the global parameter. Now what is important here? Are we there as a manufacturing company? Since we are a manufacturing company, we do manufacturers AC on the largest scale. Currently we have a capacity of manufacturing over 24 lakh ACs in India. One of the biggest manufacturers. You won't believe, many of you might not be knowing, Havells India has biggest plant of AC manufacturing. There are two plants, one is in Gilot and the other one is Sri City. So India is now thinking beyond the imagination what other European countries used to think about India. Under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, now manufacturing of ACs, not only ACs, earlier we used to import condensers, cooling coils, evaporators, and different, semiconductors. Government has given facility in the form of production linked scheme to different manufacturers. Now, Sri City also has developed in South India because we had manufacturing of, specifically I am talking about the air conditioning, which is the northern part of the country. But to cater the southern part of the country, Sri City, currently it's near, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu border. There they have developed a very big manufacturing unit, given the lands or GLI, production land linked incentive scheme, to different manufacturers, wherein all major companies, when I say all major, means each and every manufacturing company today, name any company, LG, then talk about Daikin, then Hitachi, or maybe Havells India Limited, Daikin. Every company has the manufacturing base there. So, in coming future, in near 4 to 5 years, you will find a huge means competition inside the Indian market. When our manufacturing will up to the standards of global level, right, we will be starting exporting all the air conditioners and maybe consumer durable products to European, Middle East, as Mr. Prashant told. So now we will have to look forward the quality also. Manufacturing we have already started, semiconductors we have started making. So in short, I would like to tell that you people have got huge opportunity, very big opportunity coming into place. All the air conditioning due to ambient temperature. यहाँ पे ambient temperature किसी को ज़्यादा नहीं पता होगा. जो बाहर का temperature होता है, outside temperature is always called ambient temperature. जो अभी हम अंदर बैठे हैं, that is indoor temperature. So in Europe also ambient temperature is gradually increasing. क्या होता है? जब अब GWP बढ़ता है, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग पोटेंशियल बढ़ता है, ओजोन डिप्लीशन होता है, तो पहले जो उनका एक एवरेज टेम्परेचर था, वो आज की डेट में ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो गया. तो उनके सारे एयर कंडीशनिंग चेंज हो रहे हैं. So the companies who are manufacturing here has a vision in their mind that tomorrow if all the European countries will require to change the air conditioning, probably Indian market will able to supply and cater that requirement. Are you getting my point? So ability, which I told in my earlier thought, you should always be able to nurture your talent with. There will be jobs, but it is up to you whether you find the quality job or not, and that is up to your talent and how you drive your ability to nurture that talent with in order to get a better job for you. So that is very important in the ability. Thank you.
Very good, Karanji. Very good. I request Amit to support this debate and to add some more.
So I will add a couple of things. I think Karan has well added कि कैसे चीजें बदली है. पर मैं थोड़ा सा हाइंडसाइट पे जाता हूँ. 15 साल पहले मैं भी ऐसे ही किसी कॉन्फ्रेंस में बैठा था और ऐसे ही किसी लीडर ने पूछा कि ये मॉल आ रहे थे उस टाइम पे. मॉडर्न ट्रेड के बड़े सारे मॉल आते थे. रिलायंस एक स्टोर खुलता था. मेट्रो कैश एंड कैरी बेस्ट प्राइस आया था उस टाइम पे वेस्ट इंडिया में. पंजाब में बहुत सारे शॉप्स खुले थे. वो बोला कहते इंडिया में बंद हो जाएगा, ये सब किराने वाले बंद हो जाएंगे, हम यूएस और यूरोप बन जाएंगे. बट विल टेल यू वन थिंग, इंडिया में 1 करोड़ रिटेलर है. हर रिटेलर बहुत समझदार बिजनेसमैन है. वो इतनी जल्दी अडेप्ट करता है ना कि इंडिया को इतनी जल्दी बदलना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, क्योंकि इंडिया का डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड जो बना हुआ है, एक हर कोस्ट पे तो हमारा चेंज हो जाता है, डायलेक्ट चेंज हो जाता है, पानी का टेस्ट चेंज हो जाता है, यूपी के अंदर इतने यूपी है, राजस्थान के अंदर इतने राजस्थान है। ऑब्वियसली आई थिंक FMCD वाला जो पार्ट है कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल है, क्यों? क्योंकि इनका एवरेज ऑर्डर वैल्यू बड़ा होता है, तो ये आई थिंक ई कॉमर्स के लिए सस्टेनेबल बन जाता है, मोबाइल फोन्स बेचना ज्यादा आसान हो जाता है। पर आप किसी भी ई कॉमर्स पे या डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे, चाहे FMCG कंपनी देख लीजिए और शायद किसी की भी, चाहे जेप्टो हो, ब्लिंकिट हो, ग्रोफर्स का ग्रोसरी देख लो, फ्लिपकार्ट का ग्रोसरी देख लो, अमेजोन ने अपना ग्रोसरी फंड कर दिया है, क्योंकि वो कॉस्ट टू सर्व जो है ना इंडिया में, वो इतना ज्यादा होता है पर ऑर्डर वैल्यू पे कि वो सस्टेनेबल नहीं है। तो पहला चीज ऑब्वियसली जब तक ऑर्डर वैल्यू नहीं बढ़ेगा तब तक आपका मतलब वो कंपनी सस्टेन नहीं करेगी। तो पहला चीज तो ये कि डिजिटल आएगा, क्योंकि आई थिंक प्रशांत जी सेड वन थिंग, इंडिया ना ट्रेडिशनली चाइना जैसे बिहेव करना शुरू करता है। तो हमारे यहाँ पे ई कॉमर्स का पेनिट्रेशन अभी मात्र 8 या 9% है बिजनेस का, चाइना में आज तक में 26% है। वी विल ट्रेडिशनली ग्रो फ्रॉम 9 to 11, 11 to 13, 13 to 17, पर इवेंचुअली इंडिया का जो जनरल ट्रेड या जो पूरा मार्केट है वो वही रहेगा। आई थिंक दैट इज वन लर्निंग विच आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड। सेकेंड, ऑब्वियसली आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड कि सी अदर देन द प्रोडक्ट प्रोपोजिशन, आजकल कंपनीज बहुत स्मार्ट हो गई है, उनको कंज्यूमर से सीखना होता है, तो सर्टेन पिन कोड पे एक प्रोडक्ट टेस्टिंग करती है। We as a company would have done certain testings of Dabur in South कि हमें कौन कौन से प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करने हैं। अगर हमें कुछ गुड़ च्यवनप्राश लॉन्च करना है तो हम चेक करते हैं कि किस ज्योग्राफी में लॉन्च करना उसे और वहाँ पे कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर कैसा है। Why? Because it's all this digital platform give us the consumer data, और ये कंज्यूमर डेटा से हम पता लगाते हो कितना रिपीट है, क्या प्रोडक्ट का प्रॉब्लम है, एंड देन वी डायरेक्टली गेट इन टच विद द कंज्यूमर कि हाउ टू मेक इट मच बेटर देन वी गो टू अ मच लार्जर एंड मास ऑडियंस। तो दिस इज द सेकंड थिंग। आई थिंक डिजिटल विल रिमेन, बट इंडिया में इकोसिस्टम को एक्सिस्ट करेगा लाइफ टाइम। तो डिजिटल भी रहेगा, मॉडर्न ट्रेड भी आज जैसे तैसे करके सर्वाइव करने लग गए हैं हाई कॉस्ट रेंटल्स के बावजूद, एंड देन अगर नेक्स्ट डोर नेबर भी आज होम डिलीवरी करने लग गया, व्हाट्सएप पे ऑर्डर लेता है और 10 मिनट में वो भी सर्विस करने लग गया है। तो आई डोंट थिंक इंडिया में इतने ट्रांजिशंस होते हैं FMCG में, क्योंकि कॉस्ट टू सर्व जो है वो बहुत जबरदस्त होता है, क्योंकि 500 रुपए 300 रुपए का ऑर्डर पे आदमी कमाता 10-15 रुपए है, 5% और 15 रुपए में सर्विसिंग नहीं कर पाता। ये लाइफ टाइम रहेगा। आई थिंक यू ऑल बेटर वुड लर्न इवेंचुअली कि बिजनेस एक्यूमेंट जो होगा with all the MBA grads, that is the utmost important value set which you need to add along with this other smaller value sets of talent, capability, right time, right people. So यही है I think the suggestion and the e-commerce digital platform which I have to add. Thank you.
Very good. Amit ji and Prashant ji, I look at now my fellow panelists, Punam ji, let's share our process. How can a partnership with NPO and Hitachi Group and the community organization play in advancing FMCG company sustainability agenda and fostering social effect? Over to Prashant.
Thank you, sir. As we already discussed about the diversity point, so how we can connect with NGOs. So in this regard, I think we need some help from the NGOs also to understand the community, to understand their need, to understand their problems, how we deal with them, how we can talk to them if we are hiring for the disabled candidates, sign languages, and there is lots of things. In which role or which department we can depute them. So in this regard, we always contact to the NGOs. We are connected with one of the foundation, Wheat Foundation. They are into transgender hirings and they are helping us. So ये हमारे यहाँ पे आते हैं, सैनिटाइजेशन प्रोग्राम्स करते हैं, ट्रेनिंग्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं फ्रॉम द सीनियर मैनेजमेंट, देन मैनेजर लेवल एंड डाउन द लाइन। दे लोगों को इन सब चीजों के बारे में बताते हैं कि ट्रांसजेंडर्स किस तरीके से बिहेव करते हैं, व्हाट दे फील, because there is lots of hormone changes in the transgenders at one point of time they feel to do their surgery or to transplant become a trans man or trans woman. So about that they always train us and they tell us how to deal with them. Same thing, we are connected with the disabled candidates NGOs. हम किस डिपार्टमेंट में किस जगह पे किस कैंडिडेट्स को हायर कर सकते हैं, दे आर कंफर्टेबल और दे आर नॉट, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटीज वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड देम, if a person is disabled by the leg or he met with an accident, so we can give them, you know, if department is on first floor or second floor, some grill should be there to, you know, hold or for help like that. So I will go over to sir.
Very nicely explained. Mean that time has come where there is a complete diversity in the workforce and there is no gentler ways at all. Now, next question I will request Ashutosh Anshu to just share in what ways the FMCG company leverage sustainability as a driver for long-term and brand loyalty and competitive differences in the market. So I request Ashutosh Anshu to throw it on this subject.
Thank you, Bhupen. Thank you. So again, we talked about the CSR. In my opinion, now there is no CSR, it is CSV, which is corporate social value, how we are creating the value. And to understand the value, I think it is important not only for individual, not only for company, but as a country also when we are talking about 2047, as a developed India, we need to create a value. And I would like to give some example, live example with some of the students. I may request 2 or 3 students to come here with their wallet. 2, 3 steps, quickly. Anyone of you? Only 3 people. 3 people with their wallet. I don't want to take your it could be challenged, but I hope you must be carrying some currency, not a plastic currency. Thank you. So now, although I request you to take out one currency note from your hand. Everybody has? Now please clear this paper. Again you can clear. Now you have the currency note also, huh? Please clear. ना पूरा मैंने 3-4 बार पढ़वाया, मैं देख रहा था थोड़ा सा पढ़ा है तो ये पढ़ हो गया 3-4 बार ठीक. So this is the value. Both are the paper. Both are the paper, but they have the value. So same way, every individual, every customer is looking for value. Same way, if we want to be a developed country, there needs to be value from our talent, our resources, all across the country. I hope that's very much clarified.
I think Ashutosh has nicely explained practically how the value system runs. Very nicely. I think most of the students have been listening one-sided only. So, Dr. Naraji, if you allow me, I think we could give 5 minutes time to ask any question. Because since it's morning they are listening one-sided only. So I was feeling this morning they are maybe having many questions, but they don't have any questions. So I think they should ask. So I request two, three students to ask you a question. Whatever comes to their mind, they will ask them about senior leadership. First in the morning, you are thinking cheap enough. Maybe have a question in your mind. So I request two, three questions.
Like to add something. In the meantime, when the question from Prashant, you would add up a solution.
There were quite valuable inputs from Karan ji and Amit ji in this second round. You know why we refer to China? Why China is the world's #1 economy? And I have given you one reference of in the last 20 years what has happened in India. Okay? And you will find we had become one of the biggest market for the like mobile phone. One example was there. And you all have the smartphones. You all have the apps. Okay? Have you ever noticed how many apps you use? You have downloaded hundreds of the apps, but you use only few. Right? Is that true? Okay. And when we talk about China, we talked about their e-commerce part, believe me, China is the #1 economy not because of the IT, but because of the manufacturing. We had lost our glory 50 years back, which we are talking today for which is harder. Is the Make in India is one of the opportunity for all. Why I am saying? See, you all are the MBA students here, and many of them will be the engineering graduates also. In many of our jobs, when we talk about the employability, everybody feels illustrative is not for the CS or the IT part, because then everybody ultimately has to do only coding part. In that context, I'm telling you, mechanical engineering is that important, which we call code. Mechanical, electrical, electronics, they are all are important. Only thing is your upskilling part, which is very important. Again, then I talked about the AI, right? So what is artificial intelligence? For that you need to have the machine learning. Both are technical. From where the machine learning will be coming from the prompt. Prompt is non-technical. Prompt is the highest paid job today in this world. And what is prompt? Till the time you practice it, this is how you talk to the machine as a human being. And in AI, please note, AI is giving you the responses, what it is already fed there.
Okay, I think we'll take two, three questions. Since boys and girls are sitting in the morning, they may be having multiple questions. While we were going for lunch, some of the students were asking for some different questions. So please raise your hand, or any three students can share now.
Good evening, everyone. So my question is, how can the FMCG industry strike a balance between meeting the needs of the growing population and ensuring that the sustainable practices are being followed from the entire supply chain, be it sourcing the raw materials, providing the innovative products to the customers, so that the competitive advantage can be achieved, as well as with that they are able to minimize the environmental impact.
Who do you want to address the question, beta? Anyone can answer.
I will add up, I think you said that
How we can maintain a balance between achieving the competitive advantage and as well as minimizing the environmental impact on the.
So I will give you a classic example. One is the bottom of the pyramid. If a company wants to reach to the larger mass audience, so they would like to reduce the price point. It can be 10 rupees any price point or 20 rupees any price point, so that I can increase the masses and I can get that competitive advantage. The second is how better I get the product placed versus the local unorganized players. So FMCG company, there are two set of consumers which come into us. वन इज द अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड, जो यूजर है अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड कर रहा है, तो हम उसको पहले लोग एंट्री पॉइंट से एंटर कराते हैं एंड देन इवेंचुअली ही गेट्स अपग्रेडेड ओवर द ईयर. तो आई थिंक दिस इज हाउ द एफएमसीजी कंपनी स्ट्राइक्स बैलेंस. और जब वो बंदा 10-20 से यूजर बन जाता है हमारा, वी स्टार्ट चार्जिंग ए प्रीमियम फ्रॉम हिम. You would always notice a 1 rupee shampoo sachet is cheaper than a bottle. Eventually, when the consumer starts becoming loyal to us, I'm not telling you to charge premium और हम पैसा ज़्यादा ले रहे हैं, but eventually because we spend certain amount of investment to recruit a consumer, तो वो balance अपने आप ही over the long run बनने लग जाता है एक company के साथ.
Just to add what Amit said, I told you in my earlier communication also, companies today are working on environmental conscious products, right? First of all, a very important example of this is air conditioners, from where I come, the industry of from where I spent almost 14 odd years. Refrigerant earlier we used for R32, which had a huge global warming potential and ozone depletion potential. Now you are getting an air conditioner which has R32 gas in it, which is eco-friendly and which has very less ODP. ODP is almost zero. GWP, global warming potential, is 675. That is very minimal. Again, I would like to tell upon in this forum that the companies are already working wherein GWP, global warming potential, also becomes zero. The CRI means our research team is already working upon it. Probably in 1 year or maybe 1.5 years, you will get an air conditioner which has zero ozone depletion and zero global warming potential. So that is where the companies are developing upon. Your second part of the answer, how in supply chain it is adding value. We are using the packaging, which is which is eco-friendly packaging, which can be recycled, which can be reused. So in the product also you will find the green leaves. All of the major air conditioning brands are using this. You will find green leaves, and every packaging it has been very clearly mentioned. This packaging can be recycled, reused, and it's eco-friendly. So that's probably answered this one question.
Very good question. Friends, सभी ने बोलूँगा इस क्वेश्चन के लिए सभी लोग क्लैप करेंगे.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, as sir said, FMCG companies, they are doing lots of things about the environment also. They are into bottling industry. They are working with FMCG franchising. So, like whatever amount of product we are producing, quantity we are supplying in the market, उसका 80% वरुण beverages उन bottles को वापस recycle करता है. And our mission is to 100% recycle those bottles in 2025.
Good evening, panelists. My name is Padan, and my question is that as we are here to discuss on India's Vision 2047, which is to achieve something about 30 trillion GDP, right, economy. So, sir, my question is that how we, the youngsters or the population of India, can contribute it to achieve this. Means how we can be helpful to achieve it. This is my genuine question.
Okay, very good question. I tell you. So there are a lot of factors. Many of the subjects we covered. You all are. I made a statement in my last answer. You all are the consumers too. Your preferences decide the future. Right? The question what there was, because we are talking about the sustainability of sustainable growth in sustainability part. The single-use plastic ban, you all know. See, till the time we know everything, and believe me, with this advent of the IT and the social media, believe me, information is not knowledge. Okay? So the onus is on all of you only. You know there is a paper straw, right? So that is the environmental hazard. What for? Because you cut trees. Tissue paper you use, you know how many trees are cut for tissues? This is all our consumption only. You know today what is happening in India? The fiber from the coir, fiber from the banana leaves,
Today you have a fancy of the puller chai. It was already there. We left it. And we are reinventing as a fad or a fashion. So it is all introspection, very, very important, because you are going to be tomorrow's parents. What our kids could not be, tomorrow your kids should be. It takes generations to having this dimension. Okay? So sustainability is equally good as your growth part. And you talk about your contribution, the youngsters' contribution, it all starts from your preferences. It's not tomorrow, no procrastination, start it today, right now. So what you use, what you don't use is your choice. I made one reference of your online buying behavior part, okay? So why did you do that part? Is what my own satisfaction, but what about the environment? I know it is a hazard, but I still do it. And I want to total some to somebody else. So it's all about the consumption part. And the developed countries wanted that you should be a consumption market. Okay. So we had become a dump yard for last 40-50 years now. Therefore, I have hundreds of examples part for that. But only one submission, you are the consumer, what you consume, will take, evaluate, rationalize, and think of the future part. What stops with you?
Thank you, sir.
One last question can be asked, other we can finish up. We can correct after, sir.
Okay, alright. So, huge round of applause for this amazing. The importance of tools and talent. We learn how FMCG sector is transforming substantially and sustainably to achieve excellence. I once again thank you all. I request Professor Dr. Devendra Naran to felicitate the panelists. First of all, Mr. Ashutosh Anshu. Huge round of applause, please. Ms. Punam Dagar. Round of applause, please. Everyone. Mr. Bhupinder Kaushal. Mr. Amit Jawar. Mr. Karan Singh. And Mr. Prashant Parida. Please round of applause. Please join us for a group photograph. Thank you so much all the panelists for being with us for the day. I now request Professor Dr. Devendra Naran to please conclude the 9th Corporate Summit 2024. Over to you, sir.
So thank you very much, especially to the panel, all the speakers. They have nicely, discussed the sub-theme of this 9th corporate summit. And by this, having all three panel discussion, we are come to conclude this 9th corporate summit. As in the morning we discussed, every year we are holding this summit on a pertinent topic, especially which is, related to the industry, related to the economy, and which is having the utmost importance. So, since morning we are talking about the Vision 2047, which is already set by our, economy, by the Prime Minister, that by that time this economy should be, we should be considered as a developed economy, and hope, including all the sectors of the economy and their contribution, we expect this country will have, developed economy by the time 47. Even we think the way we are moving and way we are having the determination by the corporate sector, by the society, by the individual, even by the education institution, this country will become the developed economy even much before of 2047. So by this, we wish ourselves, we grow, our economy should grow, our society should grow. So we conclude this this corporate summit, and by the next year we'll have our 10th corporate summit, and we'll come with a new area, new theme, and we'll discuss a lot, and we'll share the knowledge with ourselves, with our students, and all the stakeholders. So thank you very much for all of you to be present here, especially the students. I was talking, among all our corporate summits, this is the summit where we have the largest number of the student participation. So clap for yourself. And also the first time we have seen that, we call all the alumni, we keep the alumni achievers award. And the first time we have started this, and by this we'll continue have this, tradition to felicitate our, alumni every year. And we also, thanks to their, our alumni, they are considering their alma mater and coming back to, the institution to sharing their knowledge and wisdom. So thank you very much, all the participants of the alumni. And once again, thanks to all the panelists, the speakers, those who have contributed a lot since morning till evening. So once again, thanks to everybody. So we wish we'll have a more discussion on this area and the theme in the subsequent day. Thank you very much.